Hi everyone, this is Ashley from Fighting to Get Fit on Instagram. If you follow me, thank you so much. I feel so special and honored, and you guys hold me accountable. And this is my first YouTube video, so I'm hoping it'll be a big success, and this will help me actually branch out and help more of you, and I can answer and get to more things better. Because I know there's a lot of times when I can't seem to reply to everybody, and I don't want anybody to feel neglected or that I'm ignoring them or I'm too stuck up or, you know, any of those bad things. So I thought that by doing this, it might help me branch out better, especially for like Q&As. So this is my opening video. So I'm just going to kind of do a brief background. Don't mind my puppy Apollo, and my daughter Maya might be coming in and out of the shot. But either way, so yeah, definitely let me jump into it. So like I said, this is, sorry, it's kind of loud. This is going to be just a brief, quick background, just skipping from piece to piece. So where do I begin? A lot of you ask, was I, you know, always overweight, or how did I get that way? How did I start? Basically, you know, growing up, I was actually always pretty thin, very string bean like, tall and skinny. Well, when in 2006 is when I actually found out I was pregnant with my son, who is now about to be 9 in March. With that pregnancy, you know, it was new to me, and I just, you know, I had this idea in the back of my head that I can just eat, and, you know, it's all going to just fall off afterwards, right? You know, it's just pregnancy weight. I'm pregnant, I can eat that, or I'm pregnant, I should eat, you know, anything I want. And Taco Bell and chocolate milk was my go-to, definitely, for that pregnancy. And I started out, I want to say, you know, back then I didn't really get on the scales. I was 20 years old, so I want to say I was around 120, 130, and I am 5'8", just so you know. So I'm pretty tall. I carry weight a different way than most people. Always been, you know, since then, been thick. So I was around 120, 130, somewhere in there, I'm guessing. I know that I topped out around 180-ish, 190-ish, and when I had him. And, you know, after that, I didn't really put too much effort into trying to lose weight. It honestly just kind of, it came off, just because I think I was still young and a little bit more active. So skipping forward up to 2012, where this little blessing came in, I was around 180, which may sound like a lot to some people, but like I said, being 5'8", and I wasn't shooting for skinny, it was just what it was, and I was curvy, but I was fit. I think I was wearing like a size, you know, 13, which, like I said, for me, it was good. And I found out I was pregnant with Amaya, and that pregnancy was Amaya. And that pregnancy, I was, you know, I was horrible. It was, you know, I can't sit there and blame pregnancy. I can't, you know, blame, you know, oh, I was pregnant, you know, or it's her fault I gained the weight. You know, it's my fault. And that's the first part of everything when you're trying to improve yourself, is you have to take ownership for it. And I had a horrible eating habit, absolutely horrible eating habit. I was very lazy. I wasn't active at all. I would wake up, go to the couch from the bed. You know, I wasn't working. I took off the pregnancy from work and the year after, and it was just, it was bad. You know, it's one of those things where if you could go back and redo it, you probably would, but wouldn't, because you learned from it. So either way, when I went into the hospital to have her, I topped out at 286 pounds. Okay, 286 is why I left the hospital wing. Well, after that, you know, I continued to gradually gain weight. I said that I was going to stop and lose weight and be healthy, and, you know, just with, you know, in my mind, the distraction of a new baby and just moving and everything going on, that just didn't seem to happen, you know, which we all seem to do. We put things off like that. Well, so then next thing I knew, I want to say it was at some point last year, I can't even tell you, I want to say actually around this time last year, I got on the scale and I was at 309. I remember crying. I absolutely started to cry. That's one of those moments when you have like a real one-on-one with yourself, and it's like, you know, what did I do to myself? What did I let myself do to me? You know, and you can blame other things, but in reality you have to take the self-blame, because it is your fault. You know, you control what you put in your mouth. You control what you do. So I was like, you know, I'm going to change this. I'm going to do something about it. And so I started to do mini workouts. I tried the Chris Powell workout. I tried the Jillian Michaels. I went into the Beachbody program and did the Charlene Johnson and did P90X. I purchased Turbo Fire. I even signed up for Weight Watchers, the point system. And just every little thing, nothing seemed to work for me because I don't think I was 100% dedicated. And that's another thing. You have to be 100% dedicated to wanting to change it. Because if you just give a little bit and you're not ready, it's just not going to happen for you yet. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to fully jump in and commit myself. I was, you know, doing maybe a 15-minute workout. Oh, I worked out today, you know, take my picture, put it on Facebook like I worked out, and then I would turn around and eat McDonald's. Or, you know, I would eat my grilled chicken and veggies, but I sat on my butt all day. You know, and that's another thing. You can't do one without the other. You can't, you know, pardon my French, but half-ass work out and then not eat right. Like, they go hand in hand. You have to do both, and you have to fully 100% commit yourself to both of them. You're going to hit bumps, but you have to overcome those bumps. You can't just, you know, you yourself be the bump in your own way, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I mean, that's a whole nother video. I wasn't fully committed. So yeah, 309, and then I just kind of gave up. I blamed it on, maybe it was my thyroid. I had a bad thyroid, which is, you know, it is a condition that people deal with. But for me, who hadn't been diagnosed with it, I was just making another excuse. It was another excuse to add to my excuses. And so, I kind of gave up for a while. Well then, you know, I went to the doctor at the beginning of this year, and, actually it was the beginning of April, and he told me, he's like, your blood work came back fine. You don't have a thyroid problem. You just are lazy, you know? You're lazy and you're not dedicated and you're not doing it, you know? So, you know, right then I realized, you know, I have to put my excuses behind me. That was the last straw. That was the last excuse. I couldn't think of anything else besides the fact that I just wasn't doing it. So on April 25th, 2014, which is this year, is when I started my journey officially. I got on the scale and I was 311.2 pounds. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see that is when I started logging my journey. I started logging my journey on Instagram because I didn't want to, for one, I didn't want to have everything saved in my phone and blur my phone up. Plus, I wanted to take more detailed photos of before, after, during of myself, and I didn't want to have them for anybody to see at first. I know that sounds crazy now just saying that, but because I was embarrassed. Everybody's embarrassed, you know, at first. And so I put them on there as a personal journey. Well, I was following other people that you guys probably follow as well. And, you know, it inspired me. It inspired me, and I just continued to follow them, and it kept me going. It kept me accountable. So I'm like, okay, I should keep doing this. So I kept posting, and then I realized I was gaining followers, and I'm like, oh, you know, that's cool, you know. And then people started writing me and emailing me, and next thing I knew, I mean, I'm over 50K followers right now, and it is so breathtaking hearing some of the stories, and thank you, Paulo, and like reading and seeing what they're doing, and especially when I have people telling me that they're doing this because they see me, or I inspired them, or they've lost 10 pounds because, you know, I helped them, and this and that. And this is people all over the world, and it is such an awesome feeling. And I just want to say thank you again so much. As of right now, like I said, I felt like I have been in a plateau, but as of right now to date, I am around roughly, you know, it changes pounds per day, but I am roughly around 260-ish, 265, somewhere in there. Once again, another video completely. You can't just base yourself on number on scale. I've lost 47 inches. If you're not a follower on Instagram, I definitely invite you to come check it out and follow me and share your story with me. It's under Fighting to Get Fit, the number 2. And yeah, definitely, I have, you know, a long ways to go and a lot to offer. And my ultimate goal in the end was to lose 100 pounds by my 29th birthday, which will be April 15th, and it's sneaking up on me so fast. And but yeah, you definitely have to brace yourself. But lots and lots more videos to come. This is just my introduction. I'm sorry I made it so long. I'm going on 11 minutes. I'm trying to hurry. But yes, thank you so much to all of you. And I hope you all come follow me here. And if you're here, I hope you can follow me there. And thank you again so much. I am so humble. All right. Thank you. Bye.